Hello Internet and welcome to episode 109. This is a Gabe and Abel special. My name is Ace and joining me here today we have history's favourite president, Abraham Lincoln.
In the streets!
In the streets, indeed, my good friend. It's quite loud. It's quite obnoxious.
Yeah, well that's me.
It is.
You can't run a country without being loud and obnoxious.
You don't run a country.
I do.
You dead.
I run Nintendo Land.
Alright. Yeah, so how are you doing? You alright?
I'm really good, yeah.
Cool.
Feeling good.
Cool.
Yeah.
We've been up to, we've done quite a bit this week, haven't we? We've last week's show with Samantha Youssef, I fucking enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And I was annoyed that I couldn't be there. I listened to it back and I was like, this is all like Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars geek. Everything you talked about was stuff that obviously means quite a lot to me. So
Talk about movement of form and figure drawing for a bit then.
he didn't really talk about that much.
We did.
Yeah, but then you moved on to Star Wars.
Okay.
I kind of just I let that bitch go over my head.
Okay. Yeah, and we've put a kind of, not review, but a discussion on YouTube of Mario Party 10.
Mario Party 10, yeah.
What else have we done? We've done loads of stuff.
Reviewed some cannabis incense.
Yeah, go on YouTube and check out our review for cannabis incense. It's called Talking
bizarre.
Sense.
Talking Sense.
Yeah.
And we've just been doing board games.
Cool.
That's everything.
Right, so the Gabe and Abel show. Yeah, so as you can see, we're both, if you're watching
wearing our
show,
In the Streets
in the
t-shirts.
streets t-shirts.
Yeah.
So this is the thing where Gabe designed
You
a
should
t-shirt.
have said In the Streets, indeed, my good friend.
It should have just said indeed.
Yeah.
We both designed a t-shirt themed around what Gabe said. This one was in the streets. You can check us
Check us
both drawing and
it, yeah.
discussing, like annotating like what we was doing
On YouTube.
on YouTube as well.
Or the website.
Yeah. And if you want all the crap early and all that stuff, nintendosushi.com/Cooper Club, KWOPCLUB.
Support us.
Right. So, where we at? Yeah. So it's Gabe and Abel's show. So
yeah.
You go first. Gabe,
I was gonna
with your.
I was gonna answer your question. All right.
What was the question?
You say what we've been up to? What you've been up to?
What have you been up to?
I directed Romeo and Juliet, and it was on last week, and I was in it very briefly, and that's why I couldn't be there with you lovely people, because it was my show. I'm blinded by that light, by the way. I'm like,
it's alright.
it's like I'm looking at the eclipse all over again.
Good luck. Yeah, we had an eclipse.
We didn't have eclipse. We had a total eclipse of the sun. Right. Okay. I know what my topic is. That's what I was just checking. Okay, my topic is kind of what do you think is going to happen in the future? Now, what I mean by that is a quite broad term. Is like films like Back to the Future and like Waterworld and like Judge Dredd, yeah, have all kind of like predicted certain things about the future. You know, of like what this kind of weird, like, especially like the 80s did a lot of future stuff, of like an 80s view of the future, which was just bizarre. Like by now, according to Back to the Future, we had flying cars this year. Well, that's kind of what made me think about it, really. Is I saw an article about it and stuff that Back to the Future predicted and stuff that they were wrong about. And I'm really gassy. It's all this Pepsi. So yeah, I was just thinking about that, and I was thinking, so what bits do you think are gonna happen
From Back to the Future?
from anything that's been predicted? Like all these kind of, we kind of just assume that in the future we're gonna have various inventions, but we just haven't got there yet. And which ones do you think will happen? Which ones do you think will happen? And what do you think maybe might happen that we haven't thought about yet? So I'm thinking I'm going to put one on the table. That is always kind of a big part of sci-fi and stuff is teleporting. Now, that's an unusual one with teleporting.
I think that happened because you have to kill the thing at one source and rebuild it at another.
Yeah.
So even if it works, it's still fundamentally illegal.
But you don't necessarily have to teleport people. No, well, Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
You want to teleport a book?
No, he teleports chocolate, doesn't he, in Charlie and Chocolate Factory? Like objects. How good would the postal service be? How good would Amazon be if they just teleported stuff straight to your door?
Well, the more sort of like believable version of that would be stuff, because 3D printing's like becoming more thing and everything. It'd be more like you went on Amazon and downloaded a file that you printed
printed it out,
or something along them lines. That's more feasible than actual destroying of particles and reassembly. I can't see that ever happening.
But how much? But we got a lot of time on this planet.
I know, but I'm just saying I can't see it ever happening. I don't think. No, I can't see that one happening.
Yeah, 3D printing, that is a thing, and essentially, it's not
because you have to
destroy
the original thing and make a copy of it. No, I don't think you can.
So it's kind of like cloning. It's kind of like.
Well, it is cloning.
It's kind of like The Prestige. Have you seen it?
I saw it at the cinema.
I won't give away the twist.
In Australia.
Go watch.
In like an awesome cinema.
Yeah.
Where it was like
they bring
a
you
leather
meals.
sofa. Before you went into like a VIP bar, and they were like, "Oh, what drinks do you want?" I said, "Oh, I want this, want that." And they were like, "Oh, do you want some food during the movie? Here's a menu." Real fucking baller shit on the menu. It was like real expensive stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll have that, and that." And they were like, "Oh, at what time do you want everything bring in?" So I was like,
That's cool.
Bring that in 15 minutes in, bring that in 27 minutes in, and bring that an hour and 11 minutes in. The times were probably...
Yeah.
Well, I assume so.
That's awesome.
And they just bring it in, and you're on like this leather reclined sofa.
See, that's the future already happening here right now in Australia.
That was in Brisbane.
Right here in Australia.
I was in Brisbane in a place called... I had a right funny name. Don't matter, carry on.
But yeah, so yeah, in terms of
it was spelled Indooroopilly, but they pronounced it Indrapilly.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's a feasible thing. This 3D printing thing. Well, yeah, it's kind of similar to the Prestige then, in that it's more like cloning and killing one version. That would be a way, surely, to do it. But then that's terrifying. If you cloned a person, what would the person be that lived, and what would the person be that died?
I don't think you can do it. I just don't think you can do it.
Ever.
No.
Like, ever.
No.
But then...
Because it's destroying particles, and I don't think you could do it.
Okay.
I don't think that's feasible with any amount of time. I just don't think that's feasible.
That's the thing that surely they're looking at. Like, surely with this 3D printing idea, with like...
Yeah, but that's completely separate. No, that's completely separate. 3D printing is just a file that tells a printer how many layers to do it. 3D printing's been existed since the 50s.
What do you put in? What do you restock the printer with? I don't understand. That's what I don't understand about 3D printing is. Well, what do you put in it?
There's different types. You can have like there's like a dust based type. There's super expensive ones that like. I'm not even sure how them ones work, but they sort of like cheaper ones and the ones that you build at home and stuff for like MakerBot and stuff like that. They're like it's just threads of plastic.
Okay.
It looks like what does it look like? You know, like them candy, like red vines and green vines and everything.
Yeah.
Like smaller versions of them, and it just goes into the machine and it's just got this rod that just. It just builds layer by layer. It does a layer, then goes on top and does a layer. But all it's doing is just making stuff where the computer's down. So this is in the 50s. It's only now that it's...
But then it's always got to be made out of plastic.
Well, there's different... Yeah, but there's different ones. There's like ones that like do metals and ones that do this and that. But they're like super, super, super expensive.
But then it's just this whole thing of the really expensive ones that you print out like... You can print out all kinds of mad stuff, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to get cheaper as technology advances.
It'd be weird. That's so weird, though, innit, when you think about it?
Well, no, because it's exactly the same as how things are just made in a factory, but you're just doing it on smaller scale in a house. It's exactly the same, you know what I mean? Like, it's additive manufacturing.
It is crazy, though, if Amazon just sent you a file. And you was just like, I bought that, and then print it out. Oh, I've got the new...
Yeah, I mean, it's a way away from being that... Like they don't look great like at the moment and stuff.
But
and it's quite a problem. Like multicolored things at the moment, you can get the different colored threads and stuff like that. But it's quite complicated getting something like if you used to have like a Mario toy over there or like an Amiibo.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit awkward to do.
But that's already in motion. That's you know what I mean. Like that they're going to improve upon that. Okay. So can you think of anything then that you think will happen or that is happening right now that's been predicted?
That has to be an invention.
Has to be an invention. Oh, it don't have to be an invention.
All right, okay. Because there's something that I've been saying for years, which is town centres won't exist anymore.
Because I agree with that.
If you look at it now, over here in England, like the big major cities they exist, but like the smaller cities like ours, Hull, there's not really a town centre anymore. There's a few shops.
The only thing that town centre seems to be thriving on, and
Charity shops.
and the thing that I think it will carry on with until we can find another way around it is clothes shopping. Because I can't clothes shop. I hate clothes shopping online. I don't know what fits me. I don't know what I don't know what looks good on.
I mean, you could there's measurements. So I mean, you could measure.
There is, but I like to try stuff on and be like, oh, actually, that jacket looked good on the hanger, but when I put it on, it don't. I don't. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you
I
could
like
do
to
that
try
digitally.
things on.
Like you could have a profile on, say, Amazon or a site where it's basically a full-length photo of you.
Yeah.
It's got all of your measurements in. Like when you originally sign up, for example, you could do this now. I could do. I
think it should scan you every time because my weight fluctuates.
It don't scan you. I mean, when you can go in and edit your profile, say, and you just do a set of measurements, and then it says, right, these things fit, and then you can click, right, what does this one look like, and it just imposes. I could do that now.
I still don't have that same thing of pulling it on and being like, and like looking around and like.
No, but you can get to a very close to that. But when rent's going up all the time for shops, and less people are going to shops to buy things,
you're gonna have to find another way around.
Businesses can't thrive like that. Like, even stuff like pubs and stuff like that you can't really recreate at home, have a drop in because people can't smoke at pubs now, and it's cheaper obviously to buy alcohol and
anywhere else. Yeah. Well, all right, we're in the future, aren't we?
Well,
what about some form of hologram?
We're always in the present.
That sends that you can hologram the clothes on you. And there's all stuff like that. That's sort of seemingly possible. Holograms are a thing now.
In fact, you could effectively these things exist, and these things are done with 3D printing.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe at some point in Disney World in Florida, you could take a girl, your young girl or whatever, and there's a thing called a 3D scanner.
Take a girl. Grab a girl.
Grab a girl. There's a thing called a 3D scanner where basically it just
I've seen
scans
it.
you. Yeah, I mean you can do it with a handheld thing. You know what I mean? It works out and propagates where you are in relation to the thing in it. Kind of how them panoramic photos work on iPhone but better. And they're about $1,000 now, but I mean they're coming down in price. For a cheaper one, they can go all the way up to tens of thousands. But there's no reason why you couldn't do that and create a 3D model of yourself, or even with measurements and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's on there, and you can literally spin yourself around. What do I look like in this clothes?
Yeah, that's probably better.
That could be done now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what do I look like from this angle? This angle. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we'll still have some farms. I don't think we'll have town centres anymore. Like food shops or something as well. That I don't like food shopping online. I can never get myself to. Cause I like walking up and down aisles and stuff. I still think we'll have food shops, like little local shops. But will still be a thing.
And another thing, like with them clothes, like it could have algorithms that are programmed and take things from like proper designers and stuff like that, where they can say, right, your proportions would suit these clothes better.
Yeah,
you would look better
like
in these clothes.
Shopper,
you would, but it could do that automatically just with figures. You know what I mean? It's right, horizontal stripes are going to wear here and this and that, and right, this clothes and these colours are going to complement your skin.
Should we scrap Nintendo Sushi and just do that?
I mean, yeah, it's doable.
Let's do it. So
it'd be expensive and a pain, but it'd be doable.
I mean, it's stuff like we've got flying cars now. Like it's an actual thing that's happening. We've got like on Back to the Future, he uses an iPad. Like, have you seen that scene where he comes over and he's got like an iPad?
Of course I've seen it.
We use it. Like, we use that now. And 3D movies were predicted in Back to the Future. We use them now.
There was something that looks exactly like an iPad in Star Trek as well.
Yeah, so all this stuff, like, it seems like we had a pretty good grasp on... I mean, some stuff was just crazy. But a lot of it's obviously, like, not written like, we think this will happen. It's like, wouldn't it be cool if this happened?
I mean, like, with the 3D car, obviously...
3D car?
Oh, that's the 3D. With the flying car and stuff, I think they're about $250,000.
Yeah.
Only available for a select few, and they're impressive technology there. And they're getting there with the fuel, like, because the fuel consumption, before they sort of like looked at using the Wankel rotary engine, the actual fuel consumption was ridiculous to get anywhere. Now, I think they maybe do around 30. Or maybe 15, somewhere between 15 and 30, I can't remember, like miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
And as technology progresses, obviously.
But 200 years. Like,
I know.
in 200 years,
I'm saying,
that will be a thing,
but,
mate. It's crazy.
Like people, whenever always said, about the town centre and everything, people's like, no, always this. I'm saying, yeah, but look, just 10 years ago, most people didn't use the internet.
Yeah.
The majority, like old people, young people. Now the internet's here. It's in my
it's
hand.
everywhere,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, and it's not just website. Everything is there.
Yeah.
Like, and look how the town centre has changed in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Since Amazon came along and these sites.
I can go
we keep
into
saying
town.
Amazon, but every kind of online site. Just look how the face has changed just in 10 years.
Yeah.
Times that by 50. You know what I mean? And what?
Well, like, I can go into town now on a Saturday and not have to queue up once in a shop.
You don't.
You know what I mean? Like, because people don't do it.
At Christmas, I just go on Amazon and go, bam, 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 I'll have them.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
Amazon Prime, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. It's more reliable. It's usually cheaper.
It's less of a pain.
It's less
you just
of a
go
pain,
right
yeah.
off there.
Yeah.
Done.
So
I think what we'll see more of, which they do in America in certain states, in certain places, in certain states, is same day delivery.
yeah,
Because I feel like the delivery, if the town setting's devolving, like becoming redundant, and the online space is evolving, the delivery service needs to evolve with that, or else it's just going to stalemate. And I feel like one day delivery is not far off. I mean, like on Amazon Prime now, I can order something at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night,
the next morning.
and I can click have it before 1 p.m. tomorrow.
And I always think with that as well is, like, if we're taking away these town centres, there's factories now. Like, we can have factories everywhere, so that they are literally an hour away from you most of the time. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean warehouses.
Warehouses, not factories. Yeah, I'm being.
I was going to
crazy.
say, freaking hell. Oh, I want a car, right? I would fucking
build it.
Get 7,000 people in to fucking rush build a car in 6 hours.
But yeah, like, there'd be warehouses everywhere, like, because obviously all them resources and all that stuff. So they would, it would be more than feasible. In fact, I think it might even get there in 10, 15 years. I think we won't be far off that. So
it'll come within the next 5 years on selected items and selected.
Yeah.
It's already here in like New York and LA. And
like, if I was. No, I don't just mean that. I mean the whole thing that we're talking about. Like, I think if I was owning a shop at the minute now, I'd be worried. Like, if I was Mr. Top Man.
Yeah, I mean, like, all shops need to evolve and create experiences rather than.
That's the
it's
the
how
same.
do you do that,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true. It's kind of like I'm going to bring this back to Nintendo, but it's kind of like what Nintendo are doing, where they're like, right, the online digital seems to be what everyone's buying. Let's make these amiibo toys. Like,
yeah, no, but I feel like this is putting a bandage on a fucking shotgun wound.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah, he's prolonging it a little.
That's
bit,
not an experience. That's again, you can get them from Amazon. In
That's
fact,
true,
have you bought any of them from a physical store?
Yes,
I
bought one of them, which is Luigi.
Okay. I bought all of mine off Amazon.
I bought all the rest off Amazon. So but I did get.
You know what I
Luigi
mean? It's not an
again.
experience. The Nintendo are trying to make retailers happy.
Yeah.
I feel with them. What I mean by an experience, I don't even know what I mean, but something needs to what you can't physically, you can't get on an app, which everything you can get on an app now, like that's provided in this store. Apart from I think the very, very top end stuff will maybe. But if we're talking 1,000 years, then no, it's gonna be different. Like your house is gonna change. The way you interface with technology already. I can fucking text my thermostat and say, oh, warm up, I'm on the way home. I can fucking text a kettle and say, no, boil, I'm on my way. You know what I mean?
Stuff like that, yeah.
So it's like, but then that's going to evolve even further.
1,000 years, you could be a point where you have to just think it.
Yeah, I mean, well, the like connection and the interface with technology is going to become part of what is like Google Glass is the first step where everything's built into some glasses, but then you take that one step further and it's something you wear like discreetly. You take that one step further and it's some sort of chip. You know what I mean? Like it's
that'd scare me though. Do you know, like if you could just think, I want to buy a PlayStation 4, and it's like it's on your way because the amount of times.
But then do people become more stupid because they've got access to information? Like now, if someone asks me a question I don't know, I'll Google it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is easy because I reach down my phone.
You don't need to learn it. Yeah.
In fact, I don't even need to type it anymore. So all right, Google, show us.
Yeah.
Like. How old's the oldest chicken, whatever.
That's true, but then
like if that's built into your head constantly, you never have to think for yourself. apart from like existential questions and this and that, and so I feel like as far as we're going with technology, I feel like society is coming down more because shopping was a joint experience. I'll meet you in town.
So what you're trying to say is iRobot could potentially happen.
No, Will Smith will be dead by then.
He will. Where we all become so rely so much on technology that when anything breaks, we're screwed.
No. I'm saying like communication.
Yeah.
Like meeting up. I mean like the interaction.
Yeah, but then imagine if that was then taken away and people were then stupid and couldn't interact very well with each other. It would really mess things up.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, I feel like it's already happened now. From when I was a kid, people used to come around to my house, we'd chat and play games.
Yeah.
Now you stay at your home, you go online. Even stuff like that, like I'm saying now, if I wanted to buy something, I'd ring like 4 or 5 minutes, right? I'll be in town at 2:00. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Like I'd ring on a landline because we didn't have mobiles.
Yeah. Or you go and knock on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd leave a message on the home answer phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't know what time they were getting back, so you couldn't text them and say, "Dude, where are you? What time are you back?" It's it's fucking roulette. So, like now I feel like the interaction's gone now, and I feel like more people are a lot more insular and secluded and less social. And unless something's done like about that, I feel like that's going to get worse and worse and worse.
Possibly. And the reason why I don't think anything will be done about it is because it's profitable to the people who are doing it.
And it's faster and easier.
It's faster, easier, and more profitable. And people aren't going to say, we can do this, but we won't do it because it's not good.
I feel like all the biggest inventions and the biggest creativity, like thinking-wise, has already been done. Because as further as we go into the future, the more technology is assisting with that.
Yeah.
With calculations, we're working stuff out, we're doing this, we're doing that. That I feel like all of our greatest inventions where you're like, fucking hell, where did that come from? Like... going from sand to a computer chip.
Yeah.
Why did you invent that? What you know what I mean? Like all that stuff is like, and all the major inventions, like stuff's gonna become less inventive and more additive and like evolution based. Like, but I feel like the computers are gonna aid in that. One other thing, like what I want to say about the future is, I had something fucking baller come into my brain.
Health?
No, nothing to do with health. You just talk for a bit.
Well, I was thinking, let's ask Siri. Let's ask technology what's going to happen in the future. If it's going to work. See, this is the other thing about technology. It doesn't always work. What is going to happen in the future?
Here's some news for future.
Is Meghan Trainor's dear future husband a video sexist?
Exactly.
So we're not quite there yet with technology.
No. It's really fucking pertinent to say. I mean, like, obviously, like, communication and, like, everything like that has made the world smaller, which is only a good thing. I feel like there may be, like, a breakdown of governments and where we maybe share laws are, like, worldwide rather than country-based. And
yeah, I mean, the world's becoming smaller. It has been, again, the last 10 years, you know, I can now communicate with someone in Canada at the click of a button.
The interview we did with Sam. She lives in Montreal.
Yeah.
We was talking one-to-one, and it was just like we was in the room together, having a chat.
And I think that on a larger scale, you know, where people can communicate and people can go, like...
Right. Okay, the way I see the... commerce like going is the fact that starting now, but more in 10, 20, 30, 40 years time when the kids are growing up now, YouTube exists and everything like that exists to them already. They're born into that. People will less work for companies and everyone will be their own business.
Yeah. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I don't. I feel like that's going back to our like caveman roots where like he's got a skill, he does that, she's got a skill, you know what I mean? And I feel like everyone will be providing entertainment like to each other or providing a product or a service, and this is happening now like with Kickstarter and stuff like that, but I feel like that's just going to go like more where you don't just go to a office and work from 9 to 5 and come home, because lots of stuff like that can be automated and done by computers. It could be done now,
but then there's stuff like services where it's going to always have to be a full, like, the hospitals, police. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'll do, like, you couldn't be your own surgeon. You know what I mean? Who just on his own is like.
But I mean, like, there's robots now doing operations
There is, yeah, but I think that
more accurately than
the whole like
surgeons.
NHS or whatever various thing is gonna have to exist as an overlooker of.
No,
like,
but I'm on about like
fields.
general businesses because like
okay.
even like now robot cars and stuff exist, like, and they're being developed by Google and Apple and all these companies. So stuff like we're saying, oh, the warehouse and delivery, it's easier for a robot to go, right. He's just ordered fucking, I don't know, some parsnip tortoise shells, right? So and it goes, right, that's on row fucking 50,000
Yeah.
80 thing. This is just done. Fucking
Giant vending machine.
Yeah, well,
Can it look like a
essentially-
giant vending machine as well?
No, but
that'd be
essentially
cool.
it would be that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like stuff like that it exists in health now. You know, like when you go to a pharmacy and you're like, oh, I need some fucking whatever you need, Viagra,
Give me some
whatever.
drugs.
Then a robot does that already.
Yeah, it
So it's
gets
just
it,
that
yeah.
on a bigger level, and then that could distribute to like cars that are
Robots.
like sent out and like come to your door, because then you're not worrying about like crashes would go down because it's all, you know what I mean, and like people falling asleep throughout the night having to do long deliveries and stuff like that, and like all this stuff. When you look at the big picture side of things, it's not like, oh, it'd be cool to have robot cars, it'd be cool to flying cars, it'd be cool to, no, the whole, everything we know about the world is changing now.
But that's terrifying. Like,
Is it, or is it good that everyone can be their own expression?
No, it's good in that sense, but like you're saying about factories that are robots and like that can send stuff straight to your door, like people are gonna have jobs. Like
That's
the
what I'm
jobs are gonna
saying.
be,
Everyone's going to be their own.
Everyone's going to have to do that though, otherwise, because there's no work in shops. There's no work in even in a factory. Once the factory's built, it just get on with
look
its
at
own
it
thing.
now. Like, there's no jobs now. People are, the unemployment's high and it's everything, all that stuff. Yeah, you look at us. Look at loads of people who have their own internet-based things,
Yeah.
and they're just single people, and some of them are making more money than huge empires.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
We're not. You can help us out at nintendosushi.com/Cooper Club.
please
But
do.
you know what I mean? Like this whole people are, like, individual people are businesses and empires now. And it just needs time for this stuff to be taught in schools, and this stuff, like, where the kids are growing up with this technology already existing.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't see Layla ever going and working a 9-to-5 job.
No.
My daughter, for new listeners, she's 3.
That's true. But that's, in some ways, that's quite scary, because then there's going to be, the internet's going to be this, everyone like almost begging for money. It's going to be
because I don't
people.
feel it'll be like that. I don't think it'll be like that. I feel like more like people are going to be able to. There's that much stuff out there. People are going to be able to get their own info. I'm not just talking about everything's entertainment. Like everything's their own service. Like artists can be free to be artists and supply art for people.
Yeah,
and, you know what I mean? Like things like that. It's like
it's interesting.
that's already happening with stuff like Patreon, YouTube, and everything like that. So.
Yeah.
Should we end that there anyway? So it's quite long.
Let's do it.
Cool.